guys. Okay, so if you're triggered by like obsession or lies and stuff like that, then, and stalkerish tendencies, then this is not the book for you. I finished reading this. I had no plans on reading this, but I got this the other day at Barnes. A novel Obsession by Caitlin Barasch. This is how the spine looks in the back. And then this is how like the pages look. It's like 322 pages, I believe. I finished it in like a day and a quarter. I thought it was good. I thought it was decent. It's very similar in a way to The Most Famous Girl in the World, kind of, just because of like the stalkering on like Instagram and Twitter. So if you don't like those kind of books, then this is not for you. This is about Naomi. She's 24 years old. She has a boyfriend named Caleb, and Caleb's ex-girlfriend, Rosemary, kind of resurfaces again into his life. And Naomi, this video is obviously spoilers. Like, if you don't want spoilers, then click out. And it's the premise of the book is Naomi trying to get rid of Rosemary, trying to also at the same time though find out what it is about her that Caleb was so in love with. And so Naomi tries to find things in Rosemary that are similar to her but also different through like Instagram stalking and Twitter stalking and actual real life stalking. And fast forward a lot, turns out that Rosemary is also a writer, and they have a lot of similarities. And there's just, it just feels like, I'm like, what is that, the wind? It just feels like Caleb was trying to go for someone else that looks like Rosemary, but like they don't look alike. Like they don't look alike clearly. Like there's enough differences that Naomi mentions between them that are like Rosemary's teeth, for example, obviously are not like Naomi's, or else she wouldn't call them vampiric teeth, whatever. How to know how to pronounce that word? Vampiric. I think it's vampiric teeth. And so she just like wouldn't classify her own teeth like that, you know what I mean? So obviously there's a lot of differences, right? Okay, she kind of goes off the deep end, and then she starts like weirdly wishing that like the three of them would get together and like be together intimately. And there was one time where she was stalking Rosemary a lot, but there was one time where she fell during an activity that she was doing, and Rosemary was there to help her. Rosemary invited her back to her place, and Naomi did something intimate, and her stream of consciousness was saying like, well, now this is not just the bed where Rosemary and Caleb did something, like now I'm a part of it too. And it's just like that kind of like vibe that the book is. And also, what else was I gonna say? Caleb pisses me off a lot. Like, he's supposed to be like a golden retriever type of guy, and for the most part, like, he is, and that's totally like what I want. But I don't know, something about the way he's written, I think, is intentionally done to like piss you off, to like not be on his side. And then of course they get into a huge fight, because the whole premise of the book is, I completely forgot to tell you, but Naomi's trying to write a novel and she has like no idea what to write. And so she obviously decides to write about herself and her real life. And then now it turns into too much of a chaotic mess. And so it's too realistic. It's too her life. So she kind of messes up in trying to make it seem fictional. And then she tries to cozy up to Rosemary too much. And it's just like, it's too much. Then she tries to stalk Rosemary's new boyfriend. It's just the lies and the mischievousness is just out of control in this book. And it obviously catches up to Naomi at the very, very end. Rosemary finds out the truth, and Caleb knew bits of the truth of what was going on throughout the story, but not entirely. And so in the last chapter, everybody just vanishes from her life. Well, not everybody, I mean just Rosemary and Caleb. And it feels very much like The Most Famous Girl in the World. If you guys have read both, like, doesn't it feel very similar? I'm not saying they're copying each other, I'm just saying that it just feels like, what? It just left me feeling empty and confused and wanting so many questions. And my concluding thoughts were like, what the hell? And I'm like, what just happened? Like, it happened too quick. And I'm just like, it's kind of like an open-ended, in a way, open-ended ending. I'm like, what am I supposed to do now? Like, what? And so, yeah, I thought the book was like, just good. I thought it was just good. Like, I don't know what else to say about it. You can think of it as like a palate cleanser or whatnot if you're reading heavy books in between, but I thought it was good. And I don't know, I just needed to finish reading it like right away. So I'm glad I was off the past 2 days to be able to fully immerse myself in the book. And it was just so much better being read like consistently with no breaks. Yeah, so that's my thoughts on A Novel Obsession by Caitlin Barasch. Sorry, I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right. But I thought it was good, and I think it would do better as a movie. Like, it was good as a book, but I think it would like do better as a movie. Some things just work better as a movie, but I think that's just my concluding thoughts.